I have a confession to make. Don't tell anybody this. This is almost un-American. I mean, it's almost as bad as being a liberal. But let me tell you, I don't like pizza. Is that weird? I mean, that's just like, everybody loves pizza. I mean, it's un-American not to love pizza. I mean, pizza's as American as apple pie, red, white, and blue. I mean, you name it. Uncle Sam eats pizza. Not me. Never been a big fan of it. Until this last summer, I was down at the local farmer's market, and I'm walking around, and all of a sudden I see this pizza place, and this guy's got this, oh gosh, it's about as big as this table, a trailer, and it's got, you know, a concrete dome over, you know, these bricks, and he's got fire going in there, and man, it's hot. And people are waiting 3 wide, 10 deep, 30 people in line for pizza. I was like, who the heck's gonna wait in line for pizza of all things? And I'm watching, and people are all lined up, and I was finally asked somebody, he said, you gotta try this pizza, man. This is awesome pizza. So it's Verace Pizza, and they're out of Seattle and Spokane, but this guy running this, Seth, man, what a pizza. I mean, I bought that thing, I thought I died and went to heaven. Super thin, crust, just a very thin, crispy pizza. It was incredible. So all summer long, every Saturday morning, getting my family out of bed, rushing on down to the farmer's market to get Verace pizza that was just out of this world. Well, what comes October? Hey guys, I said, what are you going to do over the winter? Where can I get my pizza? He says, oh no, I closed down over the winter. I almost went into a panic. I mean, it's like, this pizza's like awesome. What am I going to do? So I started watching them, and I'm watching them make the pizza. And I'm taking notes, and I'm watching and asking lots of questions. Then I started doing research on the internet and taking a look at YouTube and a lot of other places, and started trying pizza on the grill. I mean, I got a grill, you know, a Weber with a little dome, and I'm thinking, I should be able to make pizza. Oh man, it was pathetic. I mean, my poor family, 2-3 times a week, you know, for months on end to get a pizza crust that was as good as Verace's. And I finally did it. And I'm going to share that with you today because I think this is the best pizza recipe. In fact, Verace pizza and mine side by side, I'd be happy if people couldn't tell the difference, frankly. I mean, and I think we're pretty darn close. So I'm going to share that with you today. And let's start with the dough and making the dough up. The first and most important thing in making a great crispy, thin pizza is the right flour. What you're looking for is a very high protein, high gluten flour. And the best that I found, bar none, and I do a lot of testing to find this out, probably took me 30 to 40 pizzas to finally figure this out. Go to King Arthur flour, Google that. And sometimes you can find King Arthur flour, the all-purpose flour, in the grocery store. Wrong stuff. You don't want to do that. You want their Sir Lancelot flour. So again, the company, King Arthur flour, and the particular type of flour is Sir Lancelot flour. It's a winter wheat, hard winter wheat, high protein, high glutinous flour. And I've actually done tests side by side. Their own all-purpose flour. I tried their own bread flour. I tried King Arthur's, flour. This particular flour, the Sir Lancelot flour, and made the doughs. And they feel different. They taste different. It just doesn't work. I mean, in a crunch, man, use whatever flour you can get your hands on too, because this recipe rocks. But this is going to be even better. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm starting out here with some water. And the water should be between 115 and 120 degrees. So let's see, we're up to 100. Yeah, we're not quite there, so hang on. Okay, we have our water at between 115 and 120 degrees. Now we're going to take some active dry yeast. Now, in the packets, if you get yeast in the packets, that's a tablespoon and a half. So we're going to put in actually 2 tablespoons. And if you did a tablespoon and a half, just use a little bit less water, not a lot less. Also going to put in about a tablespoon of olive oil and about a tablespoon of honey. Now you can use, you know, probably a teaspoon of sugar would be fine. Now this is something I learned from Verace Pizza. They use honey. And we're going to mix it up. And set it aside. So that's going to sit for about 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You know, it's only been about 5 minutes, maybe less than 10, and you're going to see this is starting to get a little foamy on top, and that's what you're looking for. And believe me, this is way easier than it looks. So look, we're going to start out now, and we're going to put 3 cups, give or take, in our flour into our food processor. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's our Sir Lancelot flour. Also a teaspoon of salt. And mix it up a bit. Okay, get that salt spread out. Now, one of the neat things about making pizza dough is it's hard to screw up. It really is. You know, once you got this process down, I can typically make my pizza dough in less than 10 minutes. It's pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and I'm going to mix this up again. That's our yeast batter. And we're going to turn it on. And just slowly pour it in. Now, if you do not have a food processor, shoot, you can do this in a bowl. It's not that big. If you have a bread making machine, it'll work in that. Now, what we're looking for is this to ball up really nice. And I want it, and I don't think I probably got quite enough water in there. So we're going to open it up. Nope. So I can tell right now that it's too dry. It's not balling up and being kind of wet. You want it to kind of look like chewed bubble gum. You know, so the nice thing is, it's really easy to go ahead and fix that. You just add a little bit more water. In fact, I'm going to probably warm it up here, use some hot water. And I'm glad I kind of messed up for you so you guys can see this. So I'm just going to pour a little bit more. And guess what? If you got too much water in that, you can always add some flour. And I do this all the time. It's probably a third of the time I get it right the first time. Aha! So, okay. Now see that? I got a little bit coming off when I touch it. That means I've got too much water in it. All right? So like I said, you got to be moist enough, kind of like chewed bubble gum. I'm going to add some more flour in here. And it usually doesn't take a lot of more water or flour to get it right. Okay, so we turn it off. Aha! So, see, I touch it and nothing's coming off on my hand. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. Now, we want to pull up a big bowl, toss in a little olive oil, just a little, you know, maybe a teaspoon, probably do. Mix it all around. And all you're doing the olive oil for is so that it's not too tough to get this out of the bowl when it's ready. So we're going to take that out, pull my blade out. And like I said, don't get wrapped around the axle about having to have a food processor. Well, unless you want one. If you really want to go buy a food processor, then frankly, it's absolutely necessary. But if you already got one or you don't want one, man, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it at all. Hang on a second. Okay, we're pretty much done. You can see right there, that's kind of what it looks like right now. It's going to get bigger as it sits. Now, here's another secret to doing this is you want it to sit overnight. Stick it in the fridge. It's cold enough. I'm going to stick it probably out in the garage right now. And put some cellophane over the top of it. And basically let it grow. And usually put it in 12 hours, 24 hours, whatever. So let's see, right now it's about 4 in the afternoon today. So I'll probably have this sitting out in the garage until 4 o'clock tomorrow. Then I'll bring it back in. Now if it's summertime, stick it in the fridge. Okay, and there you go. So the fun part is, this is the easy part, this is the work part. The fun part is grilling it and putting all the preparation. We're going to do that in the next video.